The principles of less are burned in your mind. Do what you want. Do it until you find love. Feel your heart beat. Do what you feel. Feel until the end. Principles of less. Do what you want. Do it until you find love. Start to move slowly.
Hey, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to listen to music now that I'm not monetized, but it's really, really hard for me to sit here doing what I do several times a day, every day, 7 days a week, and not listen to music. It's really, really difficult. I usually have Enigma playing, I usually have something else playing, so there's that. Actually gonna, hold on, I'm gonna cut off the stream for Facebook because that's gonna be a problem, I think. Facebook, anybody on Facebook? If you're on there, let's comment, private chat, stream info. Bring yourself over to Bring yourself over to YouTube. Give me 1 second. I'm running a ton of computers. Hold on. All right. Hold on 1 second. I know you won't be able to hear me. So I got 2 cups right here. I have to clean off. They're getting their last coat. One is for Mama and one is for Bird Lady. All the cups up on the shelf. Hold on. Up there. They sit with the last coat of epoxy missing. The very last coat is a thin coat. It's just a smooth out coat. I do it on purpose in case for some reason anything went on that I would be able to fix it. Say, I don't know. I'm paranoid. Say the shelf fell down, which it won't because they're anchored in like 8 different places. But I'm just like that. Last coat sits till the very last minute. And it only takes 2 days. So I don't have a spot for these at the moment. I am going to work that around later. I have a turner over here for them. I just haven't done it yet. So everything up here is getting epoxy, except for this one. This is the one I told you about earlier that I needed to fix that ombre line a little bit, the line between the 2 colors. I do that sometimes when it's a split color like that. I just want to fix it. So you see the Grinch mugs in the middle. Those are going to sit like that. They're not going to turn right now. They're going to sit like that. I'm going to put a thin kind of a glue coat on there because there's a couple spots I need to fix. I'll do that last. I did these earlier. I did what I always do and I forgot. These are the last 2. So they are actually not glitter. They are mica powder metallics. I put a short up. No, I put a video up for it, but it's not done yet. So the logo for the company is going to go here. And a sea turtle. They're very abstract. There's silver and rose gold. So that one, and that one will be the non-glitter. All the other ones are glitter for that one order. There's this one. It's a different order. Pretty cool though. Glows green in the dark. Hey, Willie D. So there's that. So all of these are orders from people. This is going to be a Grinch mug, Grinch face. That one is as well. Neither one of those are anybody's yet, so they'll go up for sale. Everything up here is for sale with the exception of not that one. That one is someone's just sitting in here in the heat. That one is someone's sitting here in the heat. That one is Mama's. This one I haven't even really showed anybody yet, really too much. That one I haven't either because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it, but I think I know. Everything up there is for sale, except the frog. That's Supernovas. All right, so let's get to it. This is the really messy part. So I don't want to transfer glitter. I'm going to do the wood grain first because I don't want to take any chances. I don't want glitter on it, so I don't want to take any chances. So, like I said, it's a very, very light wood grain on purpose. It's going to get certain decals. The decal, it's a business. It's my vet. And the logo looks best with a clear backing. Therefore, what it's going on needs to be really light. Jeez. It's just best that way. I could do it a different way. with vinyl, but it doesn't look as good as doing it this way. I will update that. These are going to get probably 2 coats of epoxy before decals, but I'm going to print decals tomorrow, and I will actually show the process of that. It's not as simple. I have to actually design each thing. Even though it's their logo, I'm still tweaking the logo, brightening the color, all those things to make it look better. Not that it looks bad, it's just very plain. And I want it to be as fantastic as I can get them. What heck was that noise? Sounded like a lion just roared outside. I don't know what that was. So yeah, anyway. I'm sitting in front of 2 phones and my iPad. I'm just looking at the iPad so I can see the screen to make sure you can see what I'm doing. My computers are in the other office behind me. So I can't really put up anything as far as like, hey, my Cash App is this. So that's why I left that on the screen. To make sure to hit the like button, throw a comment on the live after it's done, all the things. I hope it's not in the way, that black bar. All right. Let's see if I can. Hold on, it's delayed what I'm looking at. I have glitter, sanding stuff, everything. Sanding, dust, everywhere on me. It's crazy. It's been one of those days. But I got a ton of work done today, so that's cool. In the midst of running around, going places. I will see my vet on Friday, although this stuff won't be done by then. I mean, it'll be technically I'll be able to touch it, but they won't be ready to give anybody. But the puppy, Ricochet, the blue one that you always see knocking my husband over in the chair, has, I don't know, something on his paw. It looks like could be possibly a fire ant bite. I don't know. And, being in veterinary for a long period of time, you know all the things to do. And when all those things don't work, you call. Plus, I love the dogs love my vet and love the techs. So it's always good for your dog, especially when they're young, to bring them in as often as you can, especially giant breeds, to keep them cool with it. Also, I have my vet do their nails because I every time I say it, I say because I don't wanna, because I don't want to. They act like I'm trying to do awful things to them. It's annoying. So there's that. Anyway, so that's gonna turn. I'm going to do the one next to it because it's white. So let's back up here a little bit without knocking you over. This one actually looks white, but my problem with dealing with these quadruple turners is I can't move it around like I just did that one. It drives me crazy. So I'm used to that. But this one is actually very, very, very iridescent. It's super cool. It's also something's wrong here because the cup is not level. So we're gonna do a thin coat and switch this out to a different. I don't know if you can see that, how it's dipping downwards. It's not sitting straight. It's not sitting straight. That epoxy will turn crooked. Not crooked. It'll turn wrong and could pull at the bottom of the cup and make it look really stupid. So
where I have everything in a line right now, I'm going to do a thin coat on this one and deal with it, because once I'm done doing what I'm doing at the moment, I can't mess with the epoxy because I will get it glass smooth, and then you want it to stay that way while it's turning. So you don't want to touch it after. So give me a second. All right. See out of the corner of my eye that people are talking in the chat, but you got to give me a second. I am making sure that this is safe to leave on here even right now. Every once in a while, the PVC that is inside these cups, there's foam inserts inside, and there's a PVC pipe. And every once in a while, because I use these, 7 days a week, the PVC will break, usually up towards that top clip. And it's really annoying. And that's probably what went on the inside there, because of the way it's turning. It is very, very, very crooked. But this coat that I'm doing is, it's like another glue coat, like I was talking about earlier. It's just to put the glitter in place. So I'm trying to decide where I want to go next. Give me 1 second. I got to turn the heat gun on, and it might be loud. I'm not on the other end, so I can't tell. Adding heat pops the air bubbles in the epoxy. If you don't do that, it can leave little micro bubbles, which will in turn leave micro bubbles in dry epoxy, which will be a whole sanding nightmare. And my heat gun sounds terrible. There must be something, I don't know, stuck or something. Dude. All right. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, give me a second, because I am, like I was telling you guys earlier, epoxy dries fast, or it starts to stiffen up pretty fast. Actually, because it's light, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to attempt this angle. Hey, Conshonry. Now I'm looking at the screen for a second. Hey, Nightish. Hey, OG. Sorry, yeah, this isn't enough epoxy. But give me a second, because this is really the line I want right here. And I forgot to put paper down underneath this, so I didn't get stuff all over the paper that's under it, because that covers the table and it annoys the heck out of me when it's dirty. Weird, I know. But it's a controlled thing, because, man, is epoxy messy. And so is glitter. So I'll attempt to do this. Give me a second, I gotta get more epoxy. I'm here, I'm just, I've got a spot. I have epoxy, there we go. All right. Usually great about judging how much epoxy I have in my cup and all that, but these cups are taking, when the first coat after the glitter takes a lot of epoxy. Epoxy is I know nobody asked, but it's expensive. Quality epoxy that does not yellow, has UV protection in it, and actually protects, in layers, protects the cup itself for, if you dropped it, all that after it's done. It's not cheap. I buy it in the gallons. I pay like $150 for it's part A and part B, so get a half gallon of each. So every time you mix epoxy to use it, you have to mix part A and part B. You can't do it before you're ready to use it, because as soon as you mix it, it starts to do its thing. Hey, what do you need? Well, did you need something? Yeah, Dad's been passed out. No, I don't.
Stale little wafers.
No, I don't have any stale Nilla wafers. All right. All right. Okay, so yeah, it activates quick. I do have the quick stuff, the rapid stuff on Connery, but I only use it every so often. It's really expensive, which is stupid because you can't use it for the last coat. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. Oh, what am I doing? I should have put that on there before. I'm looking for a piece of paper. Yeah. Just a second. Also, hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. Sorry, I'm over here trying to get my glove off. Ugh. The struggle is real when your hands get sweaty. So I am going to attempt to find what I'm looking for first. I need a really fine. Oh, I don't want to use this, but I will. I have this little teeny tiny. I can never find something when I need it. I always find things when I don't need them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me remember where that is, and then I don't remember. So I'm trying to correct this line on this cup. I don't like it. I don't like these lines to be straight. They're not supposed to be. An ombre is supposed to be like a waterfall, like upside down if you put it upside down. So show you what I'm talking about. See how this line. Ooh, my phone's hot. So I don't want to overcorrect. Hold on. My phone is hot. Wait, no, why? Where's that? Here it is. All right. I want this to be more, I don't even know what you would call it. Whimsical. Look, I'm Bob Ross. I just want it to be less uniform and more, I know what I mean. I can't find the words right now. And again, like you guys all know, I'm terrible at remembering to talk. Like, all right, I'm going to stop because I will keep overcorrecting and then I'll be mad and it's a whole thing. So, yeah. All right. My hands are sweating. I'm afraid that if I turn the AC on, you guys aren't going to be able to hear me that well. I can try though. Come on. It is hot in here. Is that bad? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me just fine? Yeah. All right. Sounds fine. Awesome, because I'm really hot. It's supposed to stay hot in here, and I had the heat boxes cranked up in here to push everything to get to be able to do them tonight. I'm trying to push them to get them to the point where decals are on and all that, because once it gets past that point, it's all about um, it's all about correction, sanding, making sure it's glass smooth. So let me see. I did that. All right. So I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So I have 2 left that have tops that are white, which, well, technically 3, which are right here, right there, right there. So I'm not going to do that lime green one until last because, or those Grinch ones, obviously, because that would be bad. Hey, make sure everybody's hitting the like button, please. I can't see that part of it. And Uncle Tom is passed out. He's been passed out. I think he went into LA's and said hi to Sean Connery, and then he was gone. He's exhausted and not bounced back completely yet. You know, he goes to work at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, works all day, comes home for, I don't know, 20 minutes, changes his clothes, and goes out to coach the high school until about, I see him about 7:30. Sometimes I go down there. Hey, Roxy, how you doing? I know, I was slacking on lives badly. All right. So I'm going to do these 2 white ones right there. Then I'll go to here. And then we'll do the green and the Grinch. But for right now, let me get another piece of paper and fold this iPad over a little bit so I can see. Make sure you hit the like button. Sorry, I keep saying it. But like I said, I can't really read too much of the screen. Unless I'm over here. So we're going to go with the whites. And like I said about the white, just like when I was doing it earlier, I have to worry about spreading still. Even though I already clear spray sealed these, as you can see, this is what I'm going to do. Just to make sure that any stragglers don't hitchhike up into the white part of the cup. Because you can spray seal all day long. Man, I wish I had done more. I know I just switched subjects. I wish I had done more than just one of this one. Wait till you see their logo and you're going to understand why. That mix that I made right there is the perfect mix for their logo. So I think I'm going to do the pink one first. Let me move this. If that falls over, I'm going to be really upset. This epoxy is not warm enough. Set the epoxy in front of my heat fan because it spreads a lot easier and thins out better when it's warm. So there's that. I'm really liking those first ones that I showed you on this live. Like I said, there's 10 cups, but just a few of them, she wanted non-glitter. So I went with metallic mica powders, which are powders that you mix into the clear epoxy. And then I just kind of did my thing. Like I said, I have a video of it, but I just haven't posted it yet. You can't even really get the full grasp of how cool they look. That's rose gold and white, and that's silver and white. And I just kind of swirled and to see what would happen. So the logo will go up top. It'll look awesome. All right, let's see if we can get some. All right, that's much better. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the pink one first. I gotta move this over just a little bit so I don't bang into it. I actually have the thing this time, so I'm not getting epoxy all over the place. Making sure you can see. I'm gonna do the white first. So again, same thing. So we're not getting that pink running. A couple of them here and there is cute because it just kind of fades in. I don't mind that. It's like a little bit of a waterfall effect. Just a few here and there. But I sure don't want that whole bottom pink coming up to the top of the cup. That would be kind of defeat the whole purpose of going through the process I did earlier of being an ombre, which is, I do them both ways. I do them this way, and sometimes I'll do cascading down from the darker color, cascading down from the top instead of the bottom. It just depends. This epoxy's tightening up on me because I turned the air conditioning on, but it's okay. I can deal with it. All right. See how much I can. My stuff is not level. I usually take one of these wooden ones down off the table. They annoy me because I can't move them around, especially if I'm doing like inks or something. I like to have the inks flow, which entails me picking up the entire turner and flipping the cup upside down, right side up, sideways, all different ways to get the inks to run and bleed in a way that I want them to. Just depends on the colors I'm using. But having these quad turners, which is 4 to each one, I mean, I could do that, but it would be kind of ridiculous. All right. Let me see if I can get away with using this epoxy. If I change my glove, I can use it on the green one. See, a couple little pieces here and there, the paint coming up, but I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. It meshes fine. Man, this one is so cool. And I know it sounds weird that I'm excited over it, but when you see their logo, it'll make sense. Hold on, I got pieces here that I don't like. I'm not looking at the screen, so give me a second. All right, let me change my glass again. Oh, that's cool. You can't hear it. I'm glad. This keep changing gloves thing stinks. Because the gloves, you know, your hands get sweaty inside them, and then when you try to put another one on, it's like, yeah, no. Let's see if I can spread this. Oh, no, I won't be able to. It's not enough epoxy, but probably enough to get the white part of the top part of this cup. Let's see. Now, normally I would have noticed this, like when I'm in here just doing stuff. Normally I would have noticed, and I would already have another one in front of the heat fan. So all I got to do is grab it, but it's okay. It's cool enough in here. I guess that's the good part. My epoxy is not liking that, but it's okay. I'm gonna bring it down to the white and then mix some more. While I'm mixing it, I'm gonna hit the ones I just did right here with the heat gun real quick. Shouldn't have done that because everything's tightening up on me. It's okay. The green is fine. I'm gonna have to pull. I'm gonna have to try to carry Uncle Tom. He looks. Well, he is. No problem. All right. Put this in front of the heat fan. Did that. So hold on 1 second because I have to. I don't want to blow your eardrums here. Again, I don't know how loud it is. But it's super loud. Okay. Hate that green spread like that, but actually it'll look good. I see a spot. All right. I need a paper towel because I'm gonna have to wipe my hands to do that. That's one. And this is the other thing I do not like about these
turners is the cups are too close to each other, which is fine if they're smaller, or if you're not, if you're not having to manipulate stuff and whatever, it would be a little easier. But hold on, like this green. I forgot to move the camera. Oops. Have this thing with, I guess the PVC on this one's acting stupid too. I swear. I have this giant turner that my husband made. And we need to kind of go off of that and make it, it's really big, which is not, it's good for what we made it for, which was those giant show dog buckets, which I'm pretty sure is coming up again. So that's fine. But going off that same idea, we need to do it again, but tweaking some things. The motors in these are actually rotisserie motors. So it's you can do it. It's just everything has to be super, super, super level. So you have to kind of pay attention to that part. Let's see if I can move some of this grain just a little bit. I don't hate it, but I don't want a ton of it either. Because I really love the way that cup came out. All right, so we're gonna move to this one, which I didn't. Let me move you guys over. Whoop, almost dropped it. All right, I'm gonna move this stuff, this stuff. All right. Okay, let's move to this one. Now, if you remember, this one from earlier is the one that I was like, oh my God, the green from the bottom. But this effect that it's funny because I do other processes to get this effect. So it was kind of funny because I was like, oh, that's right. I should have done that to begin with, and it happened. So that's cool. Kind of looks like a green wood grain or like watermelon. You'll see in a second. I don't know if you can see it right now because I'm looking at this and not the cameras. I mean the screen, but I don't know if you can see it coming through yet. But it's pretty cool. I like it. I like different. I like the fact that people can have things that they can't just normally go out to the store and buy, and maybe they wouldn't think of, hey, can you do this for me or whatever. You'd be surprised how many people have no ideas. Like they just know they want something, but they have no idea like what to say. Like, yeah, I want this or I like this or whatever. So a lot of times, like all those cups up above me on the shelf, I do them and I call them idea cups because they go up for sale, but it's me doing stuff. Either I think of something and I want to see what it's going to look like, or it's me saying, hey, let me show people what this looks like with this, or this color looks like, or design, or whatever the case may be. Matter of fact, OG, I know this is off topic. I need to talk to you. I have some questions for you that you can probably answer about
the difference between 8 and 9, 9, 10, and 11, it's a whole thing. Funny is Willie D and OG are both here. Somebody, a really good customer of mine, messaged me today. She wants 2 cups. They're big. And she was funny about it. And I'm like, what is the matter with you? Like, she was being really weird. She's like, well, I need something, but I don't know how to tell you what it is. I'm like, okay. She said, the person it's for grows weed and also, I don't know, medicinal mushrooms. So it was kind of funny to me. But she wants a cup like that. So I'm like, oh, I have the killer idea. So I showed her yours, OG. And I was like, you need to see this. With the smoked out look, you know? All right. Let me see if I can pull this off. That is not enough. I need epoxy for 3 cups. So let's do this. I need to do these 2 Grinch ones, but I also need to do that lime one. So I'll do the Grinch ones last because they're really dark. Let me hit these with the heat gun real quick. All right. So these, I also try them go in the opposite direction. So let's do this lime one. Yeah. I do those other 2 that I showed you at the beginning. Other 2 that are already done. I'll do those probably in the morning. I don't really want to overheat those because this room is going to be 100 something degrees tonight to cure these. And I don't really want to overheat those because they are just a last very thin protective coat. So, and I do have, geez, I got a lot of turners, but I don't want to crowd stuff. I like the way it's spaced out right now. Hold on, I got this piece of glitter. I don't like to crowd stuff. So, wait a second. Come on now. Now this one is actually a margarita mix that I do for margarita cups. If you're gonna be a salty bitch, bring the tequila. I actually made one I made one on a mason jar, and Uncle Tom stole it. Had to have it. So come on now. But it's a great, super bright mix. There's actually 2 different ones on here. The bottom is more neon. But like I said, their colors are black and green on the logo, so it'll look great. Because the way their logo is, it's completely see-through. So the way it'll lay on these cups, you'll see through it to the colors. So I sat here and really tried to. She left everything up to me. So I just had to choose stuff that I knew would work well. All right, did that. So let's see if I can correct this without a giant mess. This is not. All right. What happened here is there's a few spots, I guess, that the epoxy did not want to go in. So, and I said last night that I was going to put this on a different thing because it's wobbly. I forgot. Sorry. These are different. I'm doing it by hand because it doesn't need to be on a turner right now. It needs to be exactly. Can you see what I'm doing? I just looked over, couldn't see anything I was doing. This handle is the devil. And I don't know why I chose to do this Grinch stuff right now. When I could have, waited a week, because it's you have to get all around each part of that handle, or else there's little parts that are missing, like I'm about to fix. This, I swear, I spend at least, I don't know, an hour a day fixing things. Because there's always some little thing. Partially, it's because I want it to be as perfect as I can possibly get it. I'm really weird about that, and I know I say it a lot, but I really mean it. Like, people are spending, their hard-earned money on something, either for themselves or a gift for somebody else. I feel like it should be as perfect as I can possibly make it. So if I have to spend an extra day, redoing an entire coat of epoxy just because of a little spot, I will absolutely do that, and I do it all the time. And which epoxy has to cure 72 hours after the last coat. So I'm actually adding another coat of epoxy. I'm actually adding 3 days. But I mean, obviously, I wouldn't do that if somebody was on the super duper time crunch or whatever. I would either say something, which I have, I'm honest about it. I'm like, hey, there's this little spot that looks terrible, and I don't want you to have that. People are almost always super awesome. All right, so what I'm talking about is, if you look at the bases of the handles, you see the little, it's like metallic-y, not so glittery. So that's what I'm about to fix. I think I have a spot on this one. Maybe I don't. As I was explaining when I was doing these last night, there are 2 Grinches, and I never paid attention to that before until people brought it to my attention that there are 2 different color Grinch. Look what I just did. See, that's what I'm talking about. I just did that right now. So now I have to go find that glitter color and fix it because I wasn't paying attention. These are the things that go on. And I know better than to look away. Sorry, I just realized that you couldn't see what I was doing. Again, I want to move the camera closer. Move the angle, but I have the cup in one hand and epoxy all over the other hand, so I certainly don't want to touch my phone. But give me a second. I will fix it. This handle is a little bit easier, not by much. But this actual cup is really cool when it's done. It's I guess a coffee cup. Yeah. But it has a lid and all that. So it's pretty cool. It's 15 ounces. So It's cute. It looks cute with the Grinch face, just the face on it. And like I said, these are both I think, I always say that, but I think they're going to be the same. But then again, I have this whole Grinch file that I made of designs. It was last year. And I have hundreds and no, thousands of designs that I've made. Sometimes I just sit there. I got a lot of headaches. So some days I'll sit there with just in the office there with just the blue light on. If anybody ever wondered why when I'm live in there, why I leave the blue light on, it's usually headaches. I have headaches all the time. Which brings me to another random point. I had a full spine MRI last week, and I picked up the radiology report yesterday, and the lady's like, do you need it to be red? I'm like, no, I had it sent to my primary and to the injections guy and all that. I wanted it for myself. She's like, do you need somebody to read? I'm like, no, honey, I know how to read a radiology report. Well, I wish I hadn't. So my neck is trashed, my low back is trashed. I mean, trashed with several different things. So I have to go back through injections for that in my low back. I'm going to opt for lumbar instead of cervical because my low back is really bad. I keep putting it off. The headaches are spinal headaches. They're from the damage to my spine. I was in a really bad car accident in a hurricane on Halloween years ago. And I was the passenger in my brand new truck. And we slid into a guardrail going about 53, I believe. Thank God nobody was coming. Because we slid across a main road head on into a guardrail. And I don't remember much. I remember that. And I remember saying, oh, shit. And I don't remember much else except I didn't have a seatbelt on. So my face hit the windshield twice. I don't remember that part. I only know seeing my truck later and then the extent of injuries. So I couldn't walk for a long time. I was semi-pro bodybuilding and all that. And that ended my career. But the most important parts were the fact that I couldn't walk. So they, everything was kind of at once, between my jaw was broken, my face was broken. It was crazy. But if anybody ever wondered, I know people never ask what happened to my voice. That's what happened. It slit my throat. Not going to really go super far into it because I'm here and I'm good. But that's what happened to my voice. Did a lot of damage to my neck. So there's that. But the only real repercussions to it now is a shit ton of damage, which it's not new. I mean, I knew it was there, but had no idea how bad it had gotten because, I spend all my time doing everything for everybody else in my house, and I don't pay attention to it. Or if I do, it's, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Work out harder, do more cardio, be all right. But admittedly, I have slacked completely on that, and I thought that was the problem. Honestly, I got really busy. Then, of course, Uncle Tom, all that stuff and all that. So I really honestly thought that's what it was. Started not being a lot of pain in my down my low back, into my legs, all that. And I'm super active. So it's really strange. Long story short, because I didn't mean to make this live about this.
Long story short is my entire low back is really bad. So I am not one for any kind of spinal surgeries, anything like that. I'm not cool with that. I won't do that until, I can't walk for real. I've been there in that position before. I almost died. They were shocked. That's the one thing I remember about the accident that night was like I said, it was a hurricane. So when rescue came, which obviously somebody else called, when they pulled me out of my truck, the rain and wind and stuff hit my face. And for that split second, I woke up. And I remember one of the paramedics saying, oh my God, she's alive. And then I was right back out. And the months and months and months after that are a complete blur. But I'm here. So, yeah. So I got off on a tangent. The bottom line of where I was going with that is I am going to take probably a week or two off. Sometime in October, and really give myself a chance to I'm going to do several procedures that I know well. It's interesting because we actually do these procedures in veterinary, but I'm going to go through it. And I am also allergic to almost every pain med on the planet, so that kind of also factors in. Oh, gee, I need to talk to you. I can't take anything morphine based. I can't take any. It's crazy. And I found out after my accident, in one of I had to do some reconstructive surgery on my jaw and my nose and my face and my neck, and putting my front of my neck back together again. It's a whole thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I woke up flipping out, and the doctor was really close to my face, and he was like, what is the matter? You've been screaming. I'm like, screaming? What are you talking about? He said, what's wrong? Where does it hurt? And I'm like, inside my head. So they thought they missed some brain injury, something. No, it was something spinal backlash, something. Anyway, long story short, I'm extremely allergic to almost every pain med. So I can't take pain meds. So if I have to have like my abdominal cancer surgery, stuff like that, I post-op on Valium and Modrin. So I don't know. And I don't know why I'm still talking about this. I have no idea. I guess it's on my brain. I don't know. Anyway, so it doesn't help for me to sit for long periods of time, which is weird because, it's not weird. It makes sense with what I saw on the scans. But if I'm standing and stuff, it's better. So you can't get away from sitting doing this. Like, you have to sit. Graphics and stuff, I build every single graphic from scratch. Everything you see, I do. So I'm going to take some time whenever, I'll find out next week, but whenever that is, and see the what's what on that. And go from there. So my other idea, it's not an idea, it's me looking for ideas. Like I said, all of those cups up there, with the exception of maybe 3 or 4, 5, the rest of them are not sold. So I am looking for ideas on how to do, like, hey, these are for sale type stuff. Understanding that I do understand the concept of all of this. And the reason I'm asking is to see if anybody else has any insight into it, because Facebook now, they bought Instagram. Facebook used to have ads. You could run ads and all that, and everybody would see it. And it was great. Got a ton of customers from that. Now they have locked it down to
they hide. Like I have a business page and a personal page, and I also have a private group that has like 1,000 people in it. Had it for a couple of years. They, as soon as Facebook changed hands, all that went away. They not went away, but they slowed. I know tons of people that own businesses that used to use Facebook. You could pay like $20 a week, and your reach was huge, and it was great. As soon as it changed hands, that all stopped. And I bit the bullet one day and paid the money just to see what would happen on Facebook if it was the same as before. The reach was great, all that. If it did what it said, and it absolutely did not. So they're charging more money for less. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm kind of looking to where I'm going to be. Like I have quite a few Halloween cups up there. I mean, they're not Halloween. They're like Jack Skellington, that Hocus Pocus stuff. One of them glows in the dark. There's a couple. Night Before Christmas, that's another one. But there's a bunch up there. Hey, Black Dot. So I'm thinking that I want to do, even though I'm demonetized and my memberships are gone, I'm thinking I want to do something for our people. First and foremost. So, anything up there, like they look plain. So, like, say for instance, I mean, this belongs to somebody, but say this one. This is a black weathered wood grain. I think people are seeing it and going, well, that's boring. But in actuality, I did it because this looks amazing. It's gunmetal and black. It just needs decals, which I did not do because these are kind of specific. People like wood, and people that like wood and the wood grain stuff like specific things on them. That's why I didn't put anything on that one. But, there's like mermaids, there's all different stuff. But if I'm going to be out of commission for a couple of weeks, I got to figure out a way to put them up for sale or whatever. I don't really know how I'm going to do it yet. But I wanted to kind of, for our people, it would be a discount. Do you add decals after the fact? Yes. So same process as you just watched me do. So everything, like I was saying, like that's a perfect example. This one right here, right? This, I've done everything else to this, prepped it, painted it, did the inks for the wood grain, all that, and put epoxy on it. So it's ready for decals. All it needs is decals and a coat or two of epoxy, and it's done. So that totals 3 days, and that's 3 days to mail. Anything that doesn't have decals on it, same thing. Like this is ready. That's ready to get decals. I just don't know what yet. This I just sanded, but this one in the bottom glows in the dark. It's super cute. That I sanded, so it's supposed to look super shiny like that. But these, people love that Hocus Pocus stuff. Super cute. That one glows blue in the dark. But cute, like that's super cute. It's the Grinch. Not the Grinch. Jack Skellington. But I don't know. I gotta think about it. Figure it out. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, I guess. Hold on. Post sale. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. See, the thing you've got to be careful of is, this is my glitch. Anything, there's copyrights. So you got to be careful where you post certain stuff. So say I did a whole Disney cup, right? I can't post that publicly for sale anywhere except like private Facebook group, stuff like that. Or you will be screwed. So can I do anything? Yeah. Do I post the NFL teams, all that stuff? No. Because you can't. I mean, you could, but you'd be screwed.
So maybe I'll try a post that says all these are for sale or whatever. I don't know yet. I got to think about it, think it through. I don't know. Taking time off at this time of the year is like, I was going to say a word that I probably shouldn't say with the S word. But it really is like business. This kind of business is crazy, but I have to put myself and my family first. And me getting sorry about the heat on. Me getting injections and getting my low back right and all that so that I can function is a huge, big deal in a lot of ways. Uncle Tom isn't a small dude. If he, had a seizure, anything like that, I have to be able to deal with it. I have to be able to everything. I got to be able to run this household, these 600 and something pounds of dogs. You know what I mean? Just in general, I am going from 6 o'clock in the morning till like midnight all the time. So I need to be able to function. So if anybody has businessy type ideas, I don't know. Etsy was a thing. They sold out, and now they let even big companies and stuff sell on. That was supposed to be an all small company thing. Now it's not. What is it? Is it shop? No, Amazon. Amazon. If you want to sell on Amazon, it is like $50 a month. You pay them, and then you also have to use them for shipping, which is crazy. I don't like that because I am really specific. I track every single package from start to finish that I send. I know where they are at all times. Even the stuff I send to Japan to my kid, I know where that box is at all times. And I pay for that, but I'm not going to just hand it over. I don't know. I think I'm rambling. But I'm kind of just thinking out loud because I'm sitting here looking around and I'm like, I work myself to death. And then I'm looking at like, okay, this is crazy. I mean, today was, geez, very busy because it's getting to be holiday time. Yeah, they take a heavy, they sure do. And for me, that makes no sense. Because when you have a situation like that, there are rules that are very strict as far as you have to do this at this specific time. This isn't the type of thing that's that specific. In other words, like you just saw me scratch that cup and I had to backpedal and fix it instead of being able to put that coat of epoxy on, put another one on tomorrow morning, and then it's good for decals. Now I'm going to have to put a coat on, wait, sand, light sand, put another coat on, all that. So I just added an extra step, which is no big deal. But it would be if I had this really strict deadline, and that's dumb. I already get crazy busy with a deadline of Christmas. I swear to you, people must forget the date of Christmas every year because they are panicking 2 weeks out. And I warn people a month ahead of time, 2 months ahead of time, around Thanksgiving or the week leading up to Thanksgiving. I warn people, hey, listen, you only have till about December 1st to get me everything because I'm going to be banging stuff out all day, every day until Christmas. And my local people, I leave till the end because most of them are the same people every year and they're multiples. And I don't mind them coming to my house because I already know them. Or we meet up or whatever close by and they don't have to be mailed. Therefore, you're not dealing with the post office or whatever for holiday rush. I know that can go in their hands literally the day before Christmas. We talk about it, obviously, but I don't know. We'll see. I got to really think about it. I'm pouring so much of myself into this that I need to take a step, not back, but sideways, and be like, what could I do better and different?
because I really have tried everything else. So now it's time to try something different. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm thinking out loud. But yeah, that's about it right now. I'm going to make a post, I guess. Nobody ever sees my community posts, or if they do, they don't say anything. Maybe I do a short. I don't know. Something that says, but your shorts, the way other people see them is when people repeatedly comment on them over and over and over, and then you get haters. Trust me. That's how I got demonetized. And so it's like a thin line. It's crazy. Yeah, you're right. Holiday time. I don't do that though. I don't raise my prices. I don't feel right about it. The only time I would do that is if somebody literally threw some stuff on me that I had already said I don't know, and I've got 30 going across the board in here, and 20 more out on the table, and that's how it goes. I'll have 50, 60 going everywhere, and I'm just banging them out. And but I'm still very, very cautious about every single one. So it slows me down just a tiny bit. I mean, if I didn't care, it would probably be better, but I did. It's not better, but I mean, better, easier in some people's eyes, I guess. I could never be that way. It's just not my personality. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Conchonnery, it does. I did a whole bunch of mugs the other day. They're super cute. The spoon fits in the handle and stuff. They're really cute. I have more blanks coming. Such a cute idea for Christmas. And I was thinking about like gift baskets. I was thinking about all different stuff, but I'm like, you know what? I don't even know. Like, what am I going to do? Like, you can't force people. If people aren't seeing your stuff, it makes it difficult. And this is Florida. I am not sitting in some kind of whatever those places are that people go, flea market, whatever they're called. I'm not doing it. Imagine lugging all this stuff that if one is dropped, it's screwed because it doesn't have those last coats of epoxy on it yet. And people want it personalized. The ideas I'm looking for basically is people seeing my stuff. That's the bottom line. Somehow, and I don't know what the answer is yet, getting it out there a little bit more. I'm not looking for thousands of people, although thousands of people really get you about 20. 1,000 people would get you probably 20 customers, because obviously out of those 1,000 people, not even half want something, and that's cool. I'm not that person either. But I don't want 500 people all at once. That's not, because your quality would go down. I'm just thinking more along the lines of how it always was, where my stuff was very, very consistent and constant. But that was when people were seeing my stuff all the time, and now it's so limited because of that's what Meta or Facebook or whatever you want to call it, that's what they did. And there are rules on YouTube, and I got to look it up again because they just changed it again a couple of weeks ago. So I don't really know what the rules are, as far as I'm pretty sure on YouTube, the thing with selling is you have to have like a Shopify or some kind of shop. So, and that's something you pay for. But maybe it's worth it. I need to talk to people, I guess, that do it. I don't know. It's not like you can go on there and just be like, hey, excuse me, I know we don't know each other, but how you doing? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, just kind of looking for ideas. And I just rambled about a whole bunch of nonsense for so long. But it's all right. Anyway, I'm going to get off here and turn this AC off because it does not help the epoxy any. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when I am going to do decals on live. So I'm going to show you how I do the graphics, create them, print them, because the printing is different processes for different cups. So one will be printable vinyl, one will be outdoor vinyl, one will be water slide, which is a very clear, looks like saran wrap, sort of. Not really, but kind of. So kind of do that process too. And you'll kind of see these cups. I'm going to come in here early tomorrow morning and put another coat of epoxy on all the ones I did tonight so that they'll be ready to do decals in the afternoon. That's about it right now. So I know, OG, I know. It's not a bad idea. I gotta think about it all. All right, OG, I'm gonna message you because I got a couple questions for you. And that'll be it for right now, folks. I appreciate you guys coming and listening to me ramble about a whole bunch of subjects all in one. Sorry about that. I do that sometimes. Not very often, but once in a great while I do. Can I take signups from people in Doobie? I actually have a link tree, and maybe that has that. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. But if you have ideas and stuff, send me. I don't know if you have Instagram or my email. My email is on my YouTube page under the About section. Send me an email if you have ideas. I'd be happy to have any. And I appreciate you guys for coming, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.